You see me plan the picture virtually, now let's get into the studio and do it for real. As you can see, the studio is a mess, so the first thing I do is clear some space. Yeah, let's move those paint pots. If only I could clean up this quickly in real life, hey? Anyway, back in the room. Right, so let's get this cardboard box unwrapped. Be really careful, you're covering a canvas, you do not want to stick a sand grenade through there. So, a little bit more cautious than normal, please. Much careful wrapping later, we're finally through to the canvas. And what a beautiful canvas. Look at the well-made frame, big, thick supporting wood. Keeping it taut. This is linen, remember. Stapled all the way along the back there. Not only that, but actually tacked onto the edges, you can see there. Nice, neatly rolled corners. This was made in a rush for me especially. I was stupid enough to order the wrong size first time. But yeah, really looking forward to using this canvas. Lovely feel to it. Canvas comes triple coated from the shop, but I want to add a base colour to it. The main picture is blue with the seas and the sky, so I'm adding this. It's like an aqua turquoisey green blue. I don't want it to dominate underneath the colours, but I want it to give you a nice bright background. So get rid of the fluff from the brushes. I've only got cheap, big, wide brushes. It drives me nuts. Always buy decent quality brushes, even ones you only use occasionally. Anyway, give that a nice coat to give it a good base colour. I have both the printed paper I'm holding there and the actual sample painting there. I need to transfer these onto the big canvas. I'm going to use a grid to do this. It's the easiest way. Remember, I'm not trying to do a copy and colour like they do for some landscapes. It's more impressionist, but this at least means I get the right proportions to scale. The sample canvas was actually slightly short from the right proportions, so I'm going to take my proportions from the printout, which I know is accurate. So here you can see me measuring up. What I'm going to do is draw a grid. I can't remember the numbers, but it's basically 6 centimetre squares on the big canvas relate to the, I think it's 2 centimetre squares on the painting. Something along those lines. But you'll see as we go along. Here you see I've got the tape measure across the bottom of the picture, and I'm just using a Posca paint pen, so that's acrylic paint in a pen basically, to mark off every 6 centimetres. Do it across the bottom, along the side, and then I'll draw a pretty grid across the whole of the picture. Because it's acrylic paint and it's not going to be thick blobs, this is all going to get painted over and be completely invisible. But at least it gives me some good reference points to do the transfer. And here it is after we marked up. So we've got horizontal lines going horizontally, vertical lines going vertically. That gives us a grid. It's the same number of squares in our grid as our best picture. So now instead of having to do one huge picture, I'm just going to do 320 little ones. If you want around the wrapping paper, well, I'm going to cover the back of the painting to stop paint splashes getting on it. And it's near Christmas, so wrapping paper is as easy as anything. Last chance to see how well constructed this frame is. Look, no flex whatsoever. Right, so we're going to put the wrapping paper over the top of the frame and tape in place with some blue tape. I've taped the nearest edge and now I'm just dragging it out to get the full length. I'm going to cut the length, tape the end, tape the side you can see exposed, and then cut the long side and tape that down. I'm about ready to start now, and famously I sit down and paint on a flat canvas. I've got a problem. It's such a big canvas I can't get comfortable. I can't reach to the far side properly, so I have a ponder. I think I'm actually going to have to build myself a sloped easel to sit on the desk so I can actually get to the edges, otherwise I'm going to be stretching and just... Right, there's going to be a short delay while I do some woodwork, I guess. And now I've made myself an easel. As you can see, I can now reach across the whole painting. It's all sloped nicely. What I've done, I've taken some palette wood, sanded it all down so it's smooth, fitted a 90-degree angle at the end of it. That's held in place. All the screws are countersunk so nothing will snag or tear. And it's got an adjustable leg so I can adjust the slope. Now the canvas is comfortable to work on, I can transpose the picture from the photograph to the canvas, just using the paint marker again. It's a soft ivory, not as bright as white. This is going to be the approximate places. I don't do copy and paste as I explained before. It's really just going to be the guidelines to work from. With the picture sketched out, I can start adding colour. First thing I'm going to put is a horizon. I'm just using tape to give me, well, at least a hope of a horizontal and straight line for the sea. People object when the sea slopes off to the corner. So mark this out and then I'm going to add the colour splashes. The paint I use for this first layer is very watered down, you can see. It's really to give it an undercoating, sort of like treating the canvas again, but it means that you can quickly visualise the sections. So the sky's one colour, sea's another, and the land's another, and then you know where the buildings and the key are going to be. So splish splosh, not trying to get a sky effect, just trying to separate the sections of the canvas, if you like. The sky's roughly in place, so splish splosh, we're going to do the land now. This is double speed just because, well, it's not massively technical, you can sort of see what I'm doing. I want to get nice green background so that the sky's blue, land's green, and all is good. I almost forgot to say there's also a beach section here. This is sort of like a goldy yellow, so it doesn't really show up well, but it is obviously necessary to, we're going to have those groins going across that, so we want to make sure that we've got sufficient space and the correct dimensions for that piece. Last bit of colour block is the sea, slightly different colour blue to the sky, of course. I'm not actually going to do the key and the buildings because they're basically dark, and I don't want to put a dark underlayer. You can always add darkness, it's much harder to add light. So they're going to be left just blank or default canvas wash. All done, now leave it to dry.